Okay, so the market's just about to be closed in about 40 minutes or so. Technically, it's the stock market is already closed. I'm talking about the futures and CFD market here. Did not bode well for me. I got entered onto the the short on the 175 that I was front running, and it looked like it was kind of getting somewhere, but then it shot right back up. So it seems like the bullish momentum is still strong. So I might be wrong about this. At the same time, however, I do see that momentum on the RSI on the 15 minute is steadily decreasing now. Again, this indicator isn't marking off and printing that it's a bearish divergence, but it is. And that makes me want to give it another shot at the 250. It's harder to tell at the on the 30 minute, but you know, from this peak to this peak, higher high on the prices, lower low on, a lower high on the divergence indicator, the RSI. So I'm very close to getting stopped out here. Hope it doesn't happen, but I'm also at the same time wanting to give the 250 a shot because it is the absolute pretty much like, well, the 250 and the 325, these two are the last stand of this range to hold, and or the top of this um, resistance to hold and to, you know, push it back down again. I don't know quite how I feel about it because, you know, I'm a little bit gun shy on, you know, having been stopped out of three in a row. On the 4,000, all three traps just blasted right through. So three more on the 250 would hurt really bad. It would pretty much negate my wins from last week. Um, so I am a little nervous about it. Losing that many in a row always hurts. But I do have evidence for it, even though it is on the 15 minute. Momentum is dying. On the 30 minute, I don't have enough candles printed to really make that decision yet. But again, momentum looks like it's dying. Um, you know, on the 30 minute here, it looks like this kangaroo tail hammer candle with the bullish engulfing right there would have been a good long entry on the 175 to. Although that's kind of silly to do because you're going into a major quarter with only 75 points worth of runway, so that's usually not a very smart idea. Um, I did I did that a bunch before when I was on my losing streak, and it did not work out that well. To chase prices into a quarter, um, bouncing prices off of the backup band, and really playing just, you know, giving yourself a cushion off of a reversal on the major quarter is different. But like on the 500, for example, having a backup order, which I did, but I took it off. But having a backup order on the 425, so that it just kind of cradles and touches it, just in case the 75 point stop off the 500 isn't quite enough. That's one thing. But to chase price into it when it's at the top, going into a quarter, that's something that is not, I don't think is that smart. And I've done that before, and it doesn't seem to work out that well. I think normally, you know, I have to pretend like I didn't suffer three losses and I have a short term memory issue, and you know, forgetting the pain of the three losses in a row. Um, so the lack of momentum here does make me want to at least put a second backup entry here, which is technically the major quarter. This is only a backup that in my mind because of the fact that I did a front running here. I did a front running major quarter here because there was more. this area was more tested. It was tested one, two. It was already tested twice after that big news day that we had. So I'm nervous right now. Is really the bottom line. Hopefully, this pans out for me. I don't want to go back to another losing streak. It's just very, very choppy. This my account balance looks just as choppy as this range that we've been in, which is not good. That's not how a good trader performs. So, I'm also adding more notes for myself that this was actually an error. So this is like for me to help me remember my talking points. This red anchor note here is that this was a grave error. I just was not on my game, and I should have been paying more attention. But I can make all the excuses I want that I wasn't. I was distracted. It was Super Bowl weekend, whatever. But the fact remains that the RSI on the hourly was over 60. So I should not, even though it was a 4,000, I should have waited before and then I should have waited, let it do its thing, and then take it on as a confirmation on the way down, even chasing on the 925. Doing a set and forget with no divergence. It wasn't even exactly the top of the range. 4175 might have been okay, but 4,000, I didn't have enough evidence. The only piece of evidence that I had was that it was a major level. And it was price and price only. Price only isn't enough. It's just one of the good edges, one of the good like odds enhancers or something, but it's just one of the confluences that you can use. But this is actually an error, so I put it in red. Selling when the 1 hour RSI was above 60 was wrong. I had no other confluence there. I didn't realize that because I wasn't looking as the market opened and everything like that. But normally I would, if I was paying attention, if I was I slept at home, I woke up at home. Normally that's not usually the thing I miss, but hey, whatever, shit happens.